history of Bigfoot hunting happened to a longtime investigator by the name of Roger Patterson. In October of 1967, he and a friend were in the Bluff Creek area of Northern California to investigate a reported sighting of two creatures. Suddenly, his horse shied as a large creature stood erect from behind a log where it had been drinking from the creek. Patterson grabbed a 16mm camera from the saddlebag and jumped from the back of the rearing horse to take the following pictures. Let's hear in Patterson's words exactly what happened that day.
As I walked across the sandbar, I was able to get some fairly good footage of it. It turned a couple of times and looked at us, and as it turned, it seemed to give me the impression that it didn't want anything to do with it. It didn't run, it didn't act scared, but yet it acted leery of us.
Patterson thought that he had proved once and for all that the creatures existed, but he found that even the film was in question. As a result, the footage was submitted to
Using a computer, we've stabilized the film so it's easier to see. It looks like a man in a suit, but so would the Bigfoot of legend. The question is, which is it? From what we can see, the fur is pretty convincing. It flows correctly down the back, and in some places you can apparently see muscles moving under the skin. But to react to the arrival of two excited men on horseback by just strolling off is very strange behavior for a shy wild animal. Film is one thing, but animals leave traces, and there were footprints in the creek sand.
Patterson film, taken in 1967. Patterson searched for Sasquatch for years. On October 20th, 1967, near Bluff Creek in Northern California, he encountered the creature and took these 16mm pictures. Scientists and photography experts have examined the individual frames of this film and have come to the conclusion that the film and the creature are authentic. The first pictures ever taken of a Sasquatch. This film gained international attention, and with it came the most comprehensive research.
There's Bob now with pack horse.
It all looks a bit like a home movie, but then, with just a minute left on the film, it changes dramatically. Whatever your first impression of this footage, there's no in-camera trickery. Examining the film shows that something really walked in front of Patterson's camera. And let's be clear on one thing. This footage either has to be a hoax or the most important piece of wildlife film ever.